We have kids that go on tour and sell shirts. There's no free rides. You can't go on tour and just hang out. We make you work.
You're old enough to walk. You're old enough to work.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Last Words on the Pit. We have a very special episode this week. Our guest is a legend of all legends, frontman guitar player of Sepultura, Soulfly, Nailbomb, Cavalera Conspiracy, plays in Killer Be Killed. The list goes on and on. Brand new band, Go Ahead and Die. Mr. Max Cavalera, we're not worthy.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for the intro. Good to be here, man. It's, I'm always up to some metal talk, gossip, whatever, man.
Gossip. Uh-oh.
I'm game. Hell yeah. Hope you all doing good. Good to be here with you guys.
Hey, Beez, feel free to step in.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm a guest, so I don't want to jump in.
No, you're a co-host.
No, you're a co-host today.
All right. Oh, in which case, Max, man, like there was a moment on your Facebook thing a couple of weeks ago where you were shouting out a whole bunch of bands. I'm friends with the guys in Undeath, right? And their timelines, each of the members of those bands were so affected by the fact that you shouted out those bands. What I wanted to know is, what's it like to be inspired by today's heavy bands? Are you as inspired by them as they are by you these days?
Oh, hell yeah. I love it. Because to me, it goes all the way back to my formation of when I was, 13, writing Chuck from Death letters and mailing him hand-painted shirts that Igor painted, all that. That was the pre-internet way to trade, fanzines, and I figure out that I guess the new way is through the internet. Although I'm not really an internet guy, I don't have a phone, So but when I have a chance to do something like that, which is the Max tracks, so I just gave a shout out of the things I was listening to at the moment, like I don't know them. I don't know a lot of those bands. I know them. I know the music.
Yeah.
I don't know them personally, but it won't stop me from, shouting them out. And I love the reaction, man. The reaction is so cool. It's so exciting, to hear that they thought it was cool that I did that. Because it's all part of metal,
Funny, when we toured with, God forbid, toured with Soulfly.
What year was that?
2005. It was a short tour, like maybe 2 weeks. It wasn't very long. Right. But Max has like a rack with some shirts because he'll change what he's playing, what he's wearing during the show. And we as a joke, we stuck a God forbid shirt in there.
Yeah.
And then he put it on and went out there and played, and it was like,
yeah.
And it's like, what am I wearing? I didn't put that on the rack.
we put it on.
There was one time we were playing this venue in Dallas, the Gas Monkey. We're playing outside, and I went to take a shower in the inside where the big venue is, and it was the dressing room of the inside venue. And I knew that the Gojira was going to be there like 3 days after, so I had a marker in my pocket, so I just tagged the corner of the dressing room. What's up, Gojira? This is Max. Have a good show. Your new album is sick. And they saw it. They took a picture. They put it on their Instagram and all that. It's like I guess it shows the brotherhood that exists in the metal community that I love. We cannot lose that, man. We can't be. It shouldn't be all competition. Oh, I'm better than you. Nah, it's more about one helping the other. Always being like that for me. And I'm super proud of the bands that get a lot more popular, and like Gojira, for example, and stuff. I'm proud of them. They're doing good for the metal world. But I'm still love my underground. I love my noise, my jams that I find it, and become fans of them. And it's really cool. It's just part of being a metalhead, I guess. The one thing that I have is that I don't want to really change. That's that spirit of when you're 15 years old, and it's up to you if you want to lose that spirit or not. A lot of people do lose it, because they just get old and don't care anymore. But I decided I don't want to lose that side, like keep that side pure. That's
Family members playing in the same band. So you just did this record with your son, but you're also someone who's done multiple bands with your brother Igor. I mean, I guess, we can kind of understand the benefits of that because we have all this wonderful music and we can hear the chemistry. I mean, what would you say are the challenges of being in bands with family members?
I started playing with my brother, so we were like two peas in a pod, man. My mom was crazy. Like she would make me take my brother out when I went out with my girlfriend. I had to bring him along with me. and I'll be like, Mom, I really don't need him there right now. Can he just go do something else, So she made us really, really close, which was cool. And once we discovered that music between us, that was a whole nother world open, man. We were like partners in crime, And there's something funny. Even Igor says that a lot because he was always straight edge. I don't know. Igor never liked to drink or drugs, and I was the opposite. Like the reason he didn't drink was because to watch me, which is kind of messed up, man. Your little brother saying that, it's like, oh man, I don't know about that, but it's cool. Like he never liked to drink, and I guess he did watch out after me and make sure I just didn't end up dead, somewhere in some alleyway, in Brazil. But once we found that chemistry, I loved it, and I never. Of course, you butt heads like always, and it's never all great stuff. There's stress, there's fights, there's everything that happens in a band. But I end up, creating a metal family of my own. The Cavalera household is full on metal. It's awesome. And now we got everybody that's pretty much involved in the family is involved in metal in some way or another. Like we have kids that go on tour and sell shirts. There's no free rides. You can't go on tour and just hang out. You got to work. We make you work.
You're old enough to walk. You're old enough to work.
Yeah. In fact, I think one of the tours we did, I think it was like Lodi Kong, which was my kids' band. Zion and Igor had a band. And I think Zion was drumming for Soulfly. They were so young, we had to hide the beer because they couldn't drink the beer. We had to like put them in our bunks, and keep an eye on it because we were afraid they're going to steal the beer.
Max, was there a moment where, when you talk about that metal spirit, and when you're in this band with your son, was there a moment that you saw that?
Oh yeah. So my relationship with Igor, with all my kids, I think, even like, my stepkids, Richie was great because we did this nail bomb at the Dynamo. Gloria was pregnant with little Igor. And he was supposed to go with my guitar and do a feedback in front of 120,000 people. And my brother gave him a mohawk the morning of the show. Like, let's go. We're going to go all out. And you were hearing the vibration of nail bomb from the stage right into your mom's belly. There was no way you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or...
Was there ever a band that one of your kids showed you that you fell in love with? Because obviously the role of the father, you're usually supposed to be the one that shows your kids that music. And it seems like you're definitely doing right by that, by the way. Parenting A+ here. But like, was there a band that like one of your kids, like Richie or Igor, someone came to you and you discovered through them that you love now?
Yeah, little Igor, a lot. Actually, Full of Hell was one of those. He was actually friends with them, which is even crazier. We were in Europe, and we got a FaceTime call from him, and it's him and the Full of Hell guys in front of our house eating guacamole out of the top of the cars, like licking the top of the cars. Like we play in Australia, the Korn guys were there, and they went to Burger King, and little Igor was like 3-4 years old, and he goes to Burger King and see the Korn guys like flipping them off, and then the bass player of Korn, Fieldy, is like, that's got to be Max's kid, right? Because he was with my roadie Kenny, the big guy, and Ken's like, yep, that's Max's kid. He just flip all you guys off. Yep, that's him.
He really just wasn't keen on Life is Peachy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's 4 years old and he knew it.
Everybody's a critic.
Yeah, so they were born on the life.
I'm someone, God forbid, I started with my brother, and me and him were amazing together creatively. It was this unspoken kind of thing that you can't really speak to, and it was brilliant.
Telepathy, right? Telepathy, right? Like you speak with your mind.
We asked everyone here, I don't know if Max, you got this info, but maybe you can just come with someone off the dome. If not, if everyone could give some of their favorite bands or artists out there within this rock and metal that have family members involved. So Katie, we want to start with you. Did you come up with any artists that we should?
I came up with a whole bunch, and I feel like I should have written them down because I probably forgot some. All right. First and foremost, Kitty. All right. A band, Two Sisters, which isn't something we see often. And we did previously have Morgan Landers on one of our episodes, and you should absolutely watch that. Rotting Christ, one of my favorite bands ever, Sakis and Themistolis. I think they remind me a lot of the Greek Sepultura, a lot in their legacy, their brotherhood, the dynamic between the two. And they are just they probably are my favorite band. I love that band so much. I don't know. It's a tie between them and a couple others. Gojira, of course. Van Halen, another band who is a lot like Max in that they have, Eddie Van Halen was involved with his brother and his son in the band over the course of time. And Wolfie is an absolute legend and a virtuoso just like his father. Man, already I feel like I'm forgetting a whole bunch. I know I came with others, but that's all I could think of now.
You snooze, you lose. Beez, you're up.
Just one from London, Gallows. Frank Carter and Steph Carter. Those shows were the most fun, violent shows of the 21st century back in the UK. When they first started playing shows, it spread like wildfire just through pure, have you seen Gallows? Have you seen Gallows? It was so organic, and feeling that like that buzz before it got to your town. Have you seen Gallows? Have you seen Gallows? Have you seen Gallows?
Max, do you have any favorite bands that include multiple family members?
Pantera, of course, Dimebag and Vinny. One of my favorite stories, I have to tell this story because it's so iconic, was we were on tour and Roots has not come out yet, and we had a cassette, of the record, and advanced copy, and we went to Dimebag's house. We're gonna go listen to Roots in Dimebag's house. All right, let's go. We went in the car in Dallas. We got to his house. He had fog machine, lights going on. He pops Roots on it. It's like headbanging, drinking Black Tooth. Just like, that's how you listen to Roots, brother.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, dude, this is so cool. This is the coolest thing that could have happened for us before the record comes out. It's like we already got Dimebag's approval in his own house like that. Looking at some other bands, of course, there's Decapitated. It's got Vogue and Vitek, and of course Vitek died, but Bad Brains, HR and Earl Hudson were brothers. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, HR and the drummer was his brother. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's a little bit of a cool little thing there. And Bauhaus, David and Kevin Haskins.
Old school.
Old school. There you go.
See, Max did the homework.
Yeah.
Obituary. Okay, I'm done. All right, Doc, you got to go, man. You got to tell us.
Okay, so there's some that are obvious. Lamb of God, I think, deserves a mention. AC/DC deserves a mention.
Oh, just a bit, yeah.
I got to go with some of the bands that influenced me. The first one is Arch Enemy, where you had the Amat brothers, and Chris, didn't last in the band, but I had a great thing where Mike Amat actually wrote me a message when my brother left my band, and there's something about two guitar players who are brothers and related because there's a certain chemistry there. And he just sent me out basically just some sympathy because he knows there's that, like Max said, that telepathy thing, that it's never the same playing with someone else as opposed to playing with your brother. And I thought that was just a really kind thing for him to do. And another big influence on me is At the Gates and The Haunted with the Bueller brothers. You know, to me, you know, there's something in the DNA there that is just congruent and so influential and so mind-blowing, even though they are no longer together as well. Like I said, these things, they're hard to keep together.
They are. It is hard.
You know, I just got to shout them out. And this is, I know it's a little long, but this is very important. Oh, we got Max. Looking great. There we go.
How you doing?
See, now you know my stories are that really boring.
Plus that kid. He's like, oh my God, who are you talking to?
But the ultimate, I would say, the ultimate brother family experience that I've seen is everyone has to watch the Bee Gees documentary on HBO. Not metal, barely rock, but man, if there's anything that gets you, like, hits you right in the heart center when you think about families playing in bands together and how important it was for them to contain like a family unit and how it made their music so much better in that chemistry. So not metal, but watch it. It's amazing.
Now, do you guys know of a father and son metal band out there? Who's
Hatred
it?
with Zetro Souza of Exodus and his son Cody.
Cool.
I didn't really think of. And then, of course, obviously, we talked about Van Halen.
Yeah.
Right.
There's not
Yeah.
really anyone else that comes to mind other than what you're
Oh,
doing.
I have one.
Julio Iglesias.
No, John Carpenter, when he tours, his son is in the band,
Hell yeah.
touring band. So like, I think, John plays keyboards and his son, I think, is kind of a multi-instrumentalist, plays keyboards and guitar and stuff. So, and my father, who is no longer with us, passed away recently, played piano on 2 God Forbid records. So we never got to play live, but
Nice.
he is a contributor, and that's something that, you know, I'll always have forever, and it's a beautiful thing. And that's why his nickname was always Dad Forbid.
All right. That's so cool.
Well, listen, this has been so much fun. It's been a family affair for all the stuff we're talking about, but just in general with the metal scene, that's what it always is. So thank you so much, Max, for being a guest on the show. It's been amazing. You've said about a half dozen just golden A+ stories that I will take with me in life. It's beautiful.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, guys. And hopefully this inspire other brothers in garages around the world somewhere. Make noise, bug your mom.
Oh yeah.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @coil. Katie, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Merciful Kate.
Beez, where you at?
Find me on twitch.tv/MoshTalks every Saturday with the biggest new music show on that platform. All the best new rock, metal, punk, hardcore, alternative, everything in between from 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern every single Saturday. And I'm also on there during the week, but that's the time to come and hang.
You can follow us on @WeAreThePit on all platforms. If you'd like to hear the entire uncensored show and you get to hear Beez say crazy, weird British words, you can go anywhere you hear podcasts, and it's every Thursday.